Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Farnham Park, where this is the 2019 League National Slow Pitch Championships. And this is the Platinum Final between the Fuzzy Ducks and the Jets. The Jets were the top-seeded team in this tournament, which actually comprises of 21 teams from all over. And the top 9 are the gold and platinum levels. And this is the top 2 teams in this tournament, the Jets and the Ducks. So the Fuzzy Ducks are going to come up to the plate. They are going to send Palmer Hestley, Tash Humphreys, and Adam Haywood to get things started. So we are ready to begin. In the pitcher's circle is David Lee, a guy that we saw hit several home runs in a game earlier today in the Platinum semifinal. And my name is Tim Collins, joined by Niall Gray, and we are ready to begin.
This is the game we've been looking forward to, Tim. 2 best teams by far.
Yeah, these are 2 teams that have been hitting the ball very hard throughout the course of this weekend-long tournament. There's a lot of games that were played. I think each team played 6 games yesterday, if I'm mistaken. There's a drive to left center field, and it is run down. A nice one-handed running catch by Dave Jones out in left field. And right away, we see a very strong defensive play.
Yeah, Dave sat out the semi-final. Former teammate of mine many, many years ago. Great player, very fast when running the bases.
Wasn't he also the drummer for the Monkees?
That was Davy Jones, was it? No.
Sorry, I had to get that in there. I had to wait. I could have waited a little bit longer. I apologize. Anyway, Tash Humphreys with 1 out, nobody on. And the pitch from David Lee is a ball.
Just going back to Dave Jones, he's one of the people who helped get going softball down in Swindon, but plays in the Bristol League these days.
Here it comes. And that's ball 2. Home plate umpire is Tim Taylor. Colin Russell is doing the bases, so we have a 2-man crew for this Platinum final game. The Gold final is taking place right now as we speak over on another field. And that pitch is in for a strike.
We've had a couple of one-sided games on commentary this afternoon, but I hope don't jinx it, but I very much doubt it'll be the case in this one.
I think this is going to be a strong game. There's a line drive down the line, foul.
Yeah, the teams met yesterday in group play. The Jets won 9-8. That was the Ducks' only defeat so far this weekend.
And a close game. I mean, a 1-run game, 9-8, as the count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Tash Humphreys. Tash is the left fielder. And there's a ground ball chopped to the right side, and it gets past the second baseman, Joe Golightly, into the outfield. Humphreys is aboard with 1 down. And we'll see if the Fuzzy Ducks can translate that 1-out base runner into an early lead here in this one, as Adam Haywood, the shortstop, steps up to the plate.
Had a great game this morning in the group. We had a couple of in-the-park home runs in the same game. Like it was hitting over towards the left centre. Likes to find the gap between the third base and the shortstop.
And David Lee delivers a strike on the first offering. This ball is drilled high and deep to left field. Going back, Jones. Goodbye.
Another home run for Haywood. Home run Haywood. There you go. We've got a name for him.
As he circles the bases, that makes it 2-0 Fuzzy Ducks. And he really got a hold of that one. Let's watch that on the replay. David Lee, taste of his own medicine, I guess.
Yeah.
That ball was crushed deep into left field. And so the Ducks take a 2-0 lead. And now Natalie Woolley will step up to the plate. 1 out and nobody on base.
Dave Jones threw his hands up. He knew straight away that was going to be out for a home run.
I think everybody knew. That pitch is outside for a ball. And that one is now a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike on Natalie Woolley.
Yeah, she had some good hits early this morning.
This ball hit off the end of the bat with backspin, and it's caught on the fly by the third baseman, Kat Gulick. 2 outs. Still, even in the early going, both of the outs have been good defensive plays. And that will bring up David Peters. Now the Fuzzy Ducks, they've got a, that kind of looks like Donald Duck on their logo there.
I think some of them have Mighty Duck names on the backs of the shirts.
There's a line shot into right center field. That drops in front of Josh Stanley, so a 2-out single for David Peters. And that will bring up the number 6 hitter, Isa Urquiaga. Urquiaga playing third base.
Yeah, she's been all over the place today. She played right field one of the early games, moved to the left later on.
2-0 Fuzzy Ducks as Urquiaga takes ball 1 on the first pitch from David Lee. And that one's in for a strike.
It's a really nice pitch, that one.
For now, the wind is relatively calm. This ball hit on the ground to the left side. And a good play by George Bartlett. He gets the force at second, feeding Joe Golightly. And the out is recorded as Peters is forced. And that will end the inning, but not before a 2-run home run off the bat of Adam Haywood gives the Fuzzy Ducks the lead. It's 2-0 in the Platinum Final. We go to the bottom of the first inning, live from Farnham Park. Baseball Outlet is BSUK's preferred equipment partner for all your baseball and softball equipment needs. Visit baseballoutlet.co.uk and they'll get you and your team sorted. Bottom of the first inning, the Fuzzy Ducks with 2 runs in the top half, and the Jets will now go on the offense, and they will send George Bartlett, Kat Golick, Joe Golightly, 1, 2, 3, Kim Yates, David Lee, Steph Gillard, 4, 5, 6, Josh Stanley, Kerry McGinnis, Dave Jones, and Izzy Mosley, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, which is a bit of a contrast as to the 12-person lineup that the Fuzzy Ducks are sending out there. Meanwhile, Nick Collins is throwing his warm-up pitches with Donna Gregory, who is the catcher. Izzy Urquiaga is the third baseman. Adam Hayward is playing short. Brian Medeiros is playing second. Natalie Woolley playing first. In the outfield, from left to right, you have Tash Humphreys, Palmer Hestley, Ben Grostidier, and Louisa Newby. And so now we are about ready to begin. George Bartlett, who had a strong offensive performance in the semifinal game, is going to try to get things started for the Jets.
Don't want to jinx him, but Collins has some really good placement with his pitches today.
And the first offering from Nick Collins is a strike. Oh, he's got a good last name, I can tell him that. That pitch.
The wind
quite
definitely
high,
called that one.
I think that one might have been blown higher like an air balloon when the gust came in there. 1-1. That's a strike. Bartlett showing patience up there, looking for his. And he smacks that deep and foul. That is strike 3. That's a frustrating at bat. He only swung the bat once, and he hit it as far as you could. Pulled it foul, however, and it's the third strike for out number 1. So 1 out, and Kat Golick now will step up to the plate. Nick Collins trying to get as much arc as he possibly can on these pitches. Golick skies one to the right side, playable for Medeiros, and he one-hands it.
Yeah, didn't even need to move.
So far, Nick Collins showing some good control.
Yeah, I was impressed because they've been on this pitch most of the day, and I was really impressed with his pitching, not giving batters much opportunity.
Now Joe Golightly.
And there you go. I say he's pitching really well, and he throws it way short.
Well, he's clearly trying to avoid getting a ball up where Golightly can put a sweet swing on it. You want to make him reach for a pitch.
As we said, Joe's been playing probably one of the Jets' best players this weekend.
2 balls and a strike now on Golightly. And there's that wind we were talking about. This one is inside, ball 3.
See, almost wanted to, you might get a walk here, but Got a feeling he wants to hit it.
3-1. That's a strike. Well, he was being patient, trying to get on base. He knows that the tying run would be in the on-deck circle. Kim Yates is waiting there. That is ball 4. And so go lightly.
Of course, it's 2 outs, so the next batter has the opportunity to go to first base.
Right, so yeah, the walk puts go lightly and the following batter, Kim Yates, and now you have David Lee, who was crushing balls out of sight earlier today, representing the go-ahead run.
I'd say if you've got David Lee behind you, then you take that walk to first.
That would explain why he wasn't swinging. And Lee sends one high in the air, deep left field. It will stay in the ballpark, and the catch is made by Palmer Hestley as he was racing all the way across from right center field, even as the wind blew it towards Tash Humphreys. So Lee flies out, and the inning is over. So it's a good inning for Nick Collins and the Fuzzy Ducks. We go to the second inning, the Fuzzy Ducks leading 2-0 over the Jets here in the Platinum final game. Hit the Pitch is Baseball Softball UK's national softball participation program and a great way to bring your organization closer together. Whether you want a single day of softball fun or want to set up a league of your own, BSUK's staff and resources are here to help. For more information, visit hitthepitch.com. Brian Medeiros will step up to the plate. 7-8-9, Medeiros, and then Louisa Newby and Ben Grosdidier. Fuzzy Ducks 2, Jets nothing here in the Platinum final game. And the pitch to Medeiros is a strike. 0-1. 2-run home run off the bat of Adam Haywood, the difference in the game. That pitch misses for ball 1. David Lee trying to serve up something that Medeiros can't hit, but he doesn't do it on that one as Medeiros slicing it, and he's going to try to get to second base. The throw is not in time. He is in there with a hustle double. Perhaps a bit of a bobble in left field, but he did not really stop out of the batter's box. It looked like he was looking 2 all the way. And so now Louisa Newby, as the Ducks trying to add on to their lead. Nobody out. Medeiros, the runner at second base. This ball sliced down the right field line, fouling out of play. It looked like Newby was trying to hit the ball that way.
I think in one of the early games she was trying to hit it to opposite field consistently.
Runner on second, nobody out. That pitch is high.
And I think she was thinking about it there, just looking at the stance.
Well, you do see a lot of position switching, or they'll put shifts on and try to do the pitch him away, play him away, or pitch him in, play him in type of thing. That pitch was a ball. And that one is a strike. That one is too far. Full count now. David Lee does not want to put an extra base runner on. Here's the pitch. This ball hit in the air to right center field, and it is caught on the fly by Josh Stanley. Medeiros took a step off the bag just to make sure he drew the throw, but that's the first out of the inning.
Yeah, it's always a good tactic because you never know, they might overthrow, throw badly, and then you can race off towards third base.
Or, yeah, they might just be sleeping out there, forget how many outs there are. Now Ben Grosdidier steps up to the plate. There's one out, and Didier swings and pulls a grounder through the hole on the left side. Medeiros is going to come around, and he will score easily. Grosdidier is in at second base. It is 3-0 Fuzzy Ducks. Ground ball that went right through the shortstop hole on the left side.
We've seen so many hits there today. I think if you just get it out there, just so it bounces before the line where between obviously second base and third base, it will go through them.
As Donna Gregory steps up and looks at a ball. Yeah, that was one of the few balls that we've seen that wasn't hit all that hard. And And it still found the hole. There's a strike, 1-1 on Donna Gregory, who's the number 10 hitter. There are 12 hitters in the lineup. That's strike 2. The pitcher, Nick Collins, is on deck. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Perhaps you can hear the wind. Here it comes again. There's a chopper in front of the plate, and it stays fair. Picked up by the catcher. Throw to first is in time. Coming around third is Gros-Didier, and he scores. Excellent base running by Gros-Didier, as he did not stop. He scores on the ground ball. That's the second out of the inning. Nice play by Kerry McGinnis to get the throw to first in time.
It's about as close you can get to a bunt in softball, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which did really well. I mean, okay, she was out first, but the run's in. That's the main thing. Keep the scoreboard ticking over.
And so now Nick Collins with the Fuzzy Ducks leading 4-0. And this pitch is popped up, foul ground off to the right, and that's going to be out of play. It lands just beyond the dugout. That's strike 1 on Nick Collins, who's the 11th batter in the lineup. Sarah Daughtry is on deck. This is the Platinum Final. These two teams met once previously, and the Jets won a 1-run game, 9-8. There's the next one to Collins. Popped up left side, the shortstop Bartlett going out into shallow left, and the ball is dropped as he tumbles over the left fielder Dave Jones, and all the way to second base on the play is Nick Collins. That was a tough ball to try to catch. He's fighting with the wind and the sun, plus you don't want to go full steam into your outfielder.
Yeah, they do have subs, though, just if it happens.
Yeah. But Nick Collins is on second base, and now Sarah Daughtry, the hitter, as we just looked at a replay of that last one. 2 outs in the inning. 2 runs are in. 4-0. That pitch is a ball. That one is on the corner for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Sarah Daughtry. Runner at second base, Nick Collins. 2 down. David Lee's pitch is hit in the air to left field. This is playable, and it is caught by Kim Yates in left center field, and that will end the inning. But 2 runs cross for the Fuzzy Ducks, and we go to the bottom of the second inning here in the Platinum Final game. It's the Ducks 4, the Jets 0, live from Farnham Park. Hit the Pitch is Baseball Softball UK's national softball participation program and a great way to bring your organization closer together. Whether you want a single day of softball fun or want to set up a league of your own, BSUK's staff and resources are here to help. For more information, visit hitthepitch.com. To the bottom of the second inning here in Farnham Park, and Steph Gillard steps up as the Jets are trailing the Fuzzy Ducks 4-0. So Gillard will try to get things going. Gillard, Josh Stanley, and Kerry McGinnis. She steps up on that one and lines it past the third baseman into left field, a base hit. Right past Izzy Urquiaga. And so Gillard is on first.
Yeah, Steph's had a really good weekend. Hopefully she can get the bat started for the Jets. Last thing I want to do is let the Ducks keep adding runs.
We saw the Jets hit line drive after line drive in the semifinal game. That pitch to Josh Stanley is illegal. Ball 1. Here it comes again. That one is just a bit short. By the way, I misspoke one more time. It's Isa Urquiaga, not Izzy Urquiaga. I was confusing her with Izzy Mosley. Pitch is a strike, 1-2 on Josh Stanley. My apologies. And this one hit on the ground to Urquiaga. She bobbles it momentarily, but picks up and recovers in time to make the play at second base. So the force out retires Gillard. Stanley is now aboard on the fielder's choice. There is 1 out, and that'll bring up Kerry McGinnis.
Yeah, even though she missed field, I don't think there's ever a double play on or anything. It's always going to be the 1 out.
Well, the important thing there is she didn't panic after the initial bobble. She very calmly picked it up and made a perfect throw to Brian Medeiros, who was covering the bag at second base. That pitch is a strike, 1-1 on Carrie McGinnis. And the next one from Nick Collins is drilled foul. That's strike 2.
And of course, she's playing quite a bit in. I mean, most of the third base would have been closer to the base itself, but she's
playing way off the line.
Yeah, she's trying to close that gap.
There's the 2-strike pitch, and that's behind McGinnis. Looked like he was trying to throw a knuckleball. That one had no rotation on it whatsoever. And with wind like this, it can be effective, I guess. And that is strike 3 called. Right on the outside corner, McGinnis is out number 2. And that's the second out. That'll bring up Dave Jones.
First time Dave's been at bat for a while. He sat out the semi-final. So if he gets on base, he has wheels.
And he looks at a ball outside. 2 down, runner at first is Josh Stanley. Jets still have yet to get anything going against Nick Collins. That's ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. That's in there for a strike, 2-1. That one inside, ball 3. Jones trying to get on base, which would put 2 runners aboard. That's a strike. So now he's got 2 strikes and 3 balls, a full count. Hit sharply through the middle and into center field. That's a hit. Stanley's going to take the turn and head to third. The throw comes into second. Stanley with a big turn at third. And the Ducks alertly paying attention to him there to prevent him from scoring. First and third on the base hit off the bat of Dave Jones. And that'll bring up Izzy Mosley. And now the Jets trying to mount a rally with 2 down here in the bottom of the second inning. They trail by 4. And that's a beautiful pitch. Nice high arc to that, dropping right at the center of the strike zone. Strike 1 from Nick Collins. And that one just a little too high is illegal. 1-1. 2 outs, runners on first and third. Now 2 balls and a strike on Izzy Mosley. And she pops that one foul behind the plate, and it hits the screen. 2-2 now the count. Stanley is at third. Dave Jones is at first.
Big pitch.
Yeah, you're right. A 2-strike pitch coming. A soft fly ball, and it's caught on the fly by the second baseman, Medeiros, as he dodges the base runner, Dave Jones, to make that play. So Mosley makes the third out of the inning, and we will go to the third with the Fuzzy Ducks leading by a score of 4-0. This is the Platinum Final game live from Farnham Park. BSUK's Academy is designed to help young players turn the off-season into an opportunity to become better, stronger, and fitter athletes. With opportunities for both baseball and softball players, as well as elite players through the High Performance Academy, there's a program for all skill levels. Information about this year's Academy, as well as High Performance Academy tryouts, is coming soon on bsuk.com. Back at Farnham Park, the Fuzzy Ducks going to go back on the offensive here in the top of the third inning against the Jets and David Lee in the pitcher's circle. Top of the order, Palmer Hestley, and then Tash Humphreys and Adam Haywood, who hit a 2-run home run his first time. Palmer is 0 for 1. And the first pitch from Lee is a strike. Well, so far the Ducks have hit the ball very hard, and the Jets have not been able to get their big hitters to the plate with ideal hitting situations. There's a ground ball back to Lee. He whirls and throws to first in time. So Hestley is now 0 for 2, and that'll bring up Tash Humphreys. It was Humphreys who got on base in the first inning in front of Adam Haywood, and Haywood knocked the ball out of the ballpark. This ball game will be a full 7 innings unless there's a mercy rule. But the way we're going, it does not look like that. Doesn't look like we're headed there. As Humphreys looks at a strike from David Lee.
I didn't want to say anything just in case.
Now, in case you're wondering, the broadcasters actually don't jinx anything. It's actually not a thing. People like to say it.
I don't know.
1 ball, 1 strike. Well, if I were that powerful, I'd be much richer. That's all I can tell you. 2 balls and a strike. That ball is shot through the hole to the right side. A brilliant piece of hitting by Tash Humphreys. She saw the open hole over there and shoots the ball right through there. That was a nice piece of hitting. Taking a pitch, slicing down on it.
I really think if you can hit the ground balls, you're going to get safely onto base. Okay, you might only get to first, second at the most, but I'd rather be doing that than hitting for the air, unless, of course, you're someone like Hayward.
Of course, now the wind is blowing seemingly in very strong. If he's going to hit one out of here, it's going to have to go down the left field line again, I think, with this wind. That pitch is high, ball 1.
Hope Dave Jones is alert out there, because that's where his hits have been going all day long. Oh.
That pitch is lined right to the second baseman, throw to first. Back in time is Humphreys. It was an illegal pitch, but Haywood electing to swing anyway. Lines out to the second baseman, Joe Golightly. And that's the second out of the inning. Was nearly a double play. We're seeing tight defense so far from both teams, really. As Natalie Woolley steps up to the plate. 2 outs, runner on first base is Tash Humphreys, and that's ball 1, illegal.
Still wondering why he elected to hit it over that way, because you got someone on first. I'd always try and put it into left field.
Pitch is high.
But
I don't know if you've noticed, but there are some dark clouds rolling into our left. There's a strike, 2 balls and 1 strike.
we have a tent, hopefully.
As long as it doesn't blow away. Runner on first base. 2 down in the inning. And that's in there for a strike. David Lee gets it over. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And the pitch to Woolley. Slicing fly ball into left field. This drops in front of Jones for a hit. And runners will stop at first and second, as Jones was ready to fire that ball back into the infield should Humphreys try to challenge him.
Didn't think that was a pitch worth chasing after, but...
Well, with 2 strikes, you got to be careful. That was a quality pitch from Lee. It was, you want to sort of be borderline with 2 strikes and force them to swing at something that's not right in the wheelhouse. Here's now David Peters, and that's a ball.
It's the backup pitcher when Collins isn't pitching.
There's a strike. Peters is 0 for 1 in this game. The next one on the way. Fly ball down the right field line, and that ball is going to land for a hit. Around third is Humphreys. She will score. Throw comes into second. Safe there. So it's an RBI double off the bat of Peters, scoring Tash Humphreys. Natalie Woolley goes to third. So the runners now are on second and third for Isa Urquiaga.
Lovely opposite field hit.
And it fell in front of Steph Gillard, who was playing deep. So now Isa Urquiaga with Woolley at third and Peters at second.
It would be nice if she could stick the ball into the center or right field.
Well, she looks at a strike. That's an important pitch for David Lee getting ahead. That's a ball. With each first pitch strike, it forces the hitter to be a little bit less selective. That pitch is low and away. 2 balls and a strike now on Isa Urquiaga. And this ball is lifted to center field, playable for Yates, and she makes the catch. That is the third out of the inning. But a run crosses for the Fuzzy Ducks, and we go to the bottom of the third. The Ducks 5, the Jets nothing. This is the 2019 Platinum Final game live from Farnham Park. BSUK's Academy is designed to help young players turn the off-season into an opportunity to become better, stronger, and fitter athletes.
with opportunities for both baseball and softball players, as well as elite players through the High Performance Academy. There's a program for all skill levels. Information about this year's academy, as well as High Performance Academy tryouts, is coming soon on bsuk.com.
Back here for the bottom of the third inning. It is 5-0 Ducks leading the Jets, as the Ducks trying to avenge their loss in the preliminary round to this Jets team. Nick Collins back in the pitcher's circle, and his first pitch is a ball to George Bartlett, who's at the plate right now. And the next one is also a ball. And Niall, you were talking about it. This is a completely different type of game from what we saw from the Jets earlier today.
Yeah, I mean, the games I was watching today, the Jets had big innings and they'll be quiet for a while. Sorry, the Ducks, sorry, I should say, would have big scoring innings and they'd be quiet for a few innings and have another big scoring inning. But they're playing a lot differently here. It's a lot of smaller hits, get on bases, 1 run in an inning, 2 runs in an inning, just keep the scoreboard ticking over. It's a completely different style, but if you're the champions, I suppose that's the way you would need to play in the final.
3 balls and 2 strikes, full count. And there's a ground ball to short. Fielded there by Haywood, and the throw to first was not in time. Bartlett too quick, simply beat it out.
Yeah, very close. Good throw from Haywood. But the runner is safe.
I mean, in the smaller dimensions, you really have to charge any ground ball, especially if you're going to try to get a fast runner, which Bartlett is. That's why he's the leadoff hitter. Now Kat Golick steps up to the plate. And she looks at a strike from Nick Collins. Well, this is a very important inning for Nick Collins. Line into center field. Nobody's there. That's down for a hit. Bartlett takes the turn. He's headed to third, and we'll see if he stops there. He keeps on running, and there will be no throw.
Yeah, Haywood took the option for, I'm not going to risk it. I'll keep the runner on first base, allow the run to score.
Yeah, Haywood wisely holding
decision,
that ball. Yeah, I think you're right as well. Golick staying at first base. Now you have Joe Golightly. It's a 5-1 game as the Jets are finally on the board. Golightly had a base hit his first time.
It's a good decision, because my concern is if you had a bad throw to the plate, I don't think it was ever going to be in time anyway, and then obviously the first base runner advances because of it.
Yeah.
So best option. Sometimes you just have to give up that run.
Some smart defense, a smart defensive decision that was made. There's a line shot left field, and it is going to go over the head of Tash Humphreys. It goes over the fence, in fact, on a bounce. And so that's an automatic double, exactly. And so, you know, theoretically, if Golick had advanced on that previous play, she would have scored on that. And so for the moment, that has prevented a run. Let's see what Kim Yates can do right here. Runners on second and third. There's a line drive into right field. This will bring home at least 1. And around third, coming to the plate. The throw not in time, goes to the backstop. 2 runs have scored, and Yates is now the tying run standing at second base. Excuse me, she's not the tying run. It is a 5-3 game. The tying run is in the batter's box in the person of David Lee, as Golick and Golightly both scored on that last play, and that was a perfectly executed base hit.
Here's a chance to really turn the screws.
You know Collins is aware of what David Lee can do, and he skies that one off the end of the bat. Playable in foul territory, caught by Urquiaga.
That is a great out.
David Lee a little bit over anxious, swinging at a pitch. Was not really his pitch. Nick Collins got him to swing at his pitch. And Lee is 0 for 2. And now Steph Gillard. In my experience with slow pitch softball, sometimes when the home run hitters try to do stuff other than hit home runs, as there's a fly ball hit in the air to left field and it's playable, the catch is made by Hestley. So Gillard is out number 2.
I always found, personally, the teams I played where you had the guys who smashed the ball out of the park, they either smashed the ball out of the park or did nothing.
Right.
There'd be pop-ups. It would be easy outs. It's either a home run or nothing.
But sometimes I feel like, as Josh Stanley steps to the plate, sometimes when they're trying to do other things from what they normally do, in other words, they're used to mashing.
Yeah.
They're used to hitting home runs. But if they're trying to hit a line drive to right field or trying to do something else, as Stanley rips one into center field, this might bring home a run. They're going to send Yates. Here comes the relay throw from Haywood to the plate. Close play, and it gets past everybody, and Yates will score. Stanley now circles the bases and heads to third, and he is standing at third base as the tying run. It is 5-4, Fuzzy Ducks, as Yates comes home with that fourth run.
There's been 2 overthrows to the catcher, really hard. I just wonder if there should be someone there backing her up. Normally you'll find someone will slip in behind. If it goes past the catcher, there's someone there to stop the ball, but there's no one at all.
And so now Kerry McGinnis takes the strike. Well, there's also virtually no space behind home plate. The ball generally ricochets right back to you. As McGinnis pops one up, foul ground.
That can be caught.
Urquiaga makes a nice catch. Boy, as she was sort of getting close to the fence. She showed excellent awareness of how far away she was from the fence and made the catch before slamming into it. That's the final out, but the Jets have made it interesting with 4 runs. That's right. We go to the 4th inning here in the Platinum final game. The Fuzzy Ducks 5 and the Jets 4.
BSUK's Academy is Baseball Softball UK's popular Baseball's Coming Home t-shirts are now available online and at Farnham Park. Visit BaseballSoftballUK.com and click the homepage box, or visit Home Plate Bar and Kitchen at Farnham to get yours today.
We go to the top of the 4th inning here in the Platinum final game. These are the League Championship Nationals, as the Fuzzy Ducks will come to hit here in the top half of the 4th. They lead the Jets by a score of 5-4. Brian Medeiros, Louisa Newby, and Ben Grosdidier will step up to the plate. First pitch is a strike from David Lee.
After that great offensive onslaught from the Jets in the last half inning, the Ducks need to respond.
A couple of nice defensive plays as well, and some big outs as David Lee popping out, swinging at the first pitch in a spot where he was up as the tying run. There's a chopper to short, and no chance for Bartlett to get the speedy Medeiros down the line. He is safe at first base. That ball took a big kangaroo bounce over Lee's head, and by the time it got to George Bartlett.
There's been a lot of bounces, though, hasn't there, in the infield?
Yeah, the infield is very hard here in Farnham Park. And so a leadoff base runner, now Louisa Newby, steps up to the plate. And she lifts a foul fly that is caught by a fan sitting on the bleachers. But
doesn't
just
count.
A strike. One strike to Louisa Newby. David Lee delivers. Foul again, same spot. And this time the guy in front of the other guy made the catch.
I'm sure she's hit it there on a previous at bat.
Well, if you come to Farnham Park, you might catch a souvenir, ladies and gentlemen. Especially if you sit over there. 2 strikes. Nobody out, runner at first, Brian Medeiros.
That's why I'm glad we've got a roof on the tent. There's a fence in front of us.
1 ball, 2 strikes. You don't think you could have caught that and called the game at the same time?
I've caught a few softballs barehanded and live to regret it.
I wouldn't want to miss it and then have my laptop be destroyed. As there's a line shot into center field, a base hit. Now throw behind the runner, Medeiros at second. But he did not round too far. So Louisa Newby with a single, and here come the Ducks. 2 on and nobody out. Ben Grosdidier will step up to the plate now.
I did once get hit by a flying basketball because I wanted to save my laptop. The laptop was more important.
Yeah. Ben Grosdidier. And he hits one on the ground, fielded by the second baseman Golightly. He feeds the shortstop Bartlett for the force. That's all they get. Runners at first and third with 1 out now, as Louisa Newby is retired on the bases. Gross Didier reaches on a fielder's choice. And now Donna Gregory. That was pretty smooth between Golightly and Bartlett, the second baseman and shortstop. Donna Gregory at the plate. She is 0 for 1. And this ball is hit in the air to short left field, and it drops. Medeiros will score. He's still jogging home and finally touches. The run scores to make it 6-4.
Yeah,
an RBI single.
He jogged home. I wonder if they almost forgot about him, that he was there for a minute. It just felt that the defensive team had stopped for a moment.
Yeah, that was a little bit odd. You would normally see the runner from third come home as quickly as possible. Anyway, Nick Collins now trying to help his own cause, the pitcher, and he hits a ground ball that gets past the first baseman, Mosley, into short right. The throw to second as the play was backed up.
Yeah,
it's not in time. It was a good play by Golightly over there to try to back up that ground ball. However, everybody's safe and the bases are loaded.
And Collins did well because he drew the first baseman off the bag, and of course there's no one there to cover, and the result, Collins could reach base safely.
We can just watch that last play one more time on the replay as Sarah Daughtry is stepping up to the plate. Bases loaded, 1 out. There's a force anywhere now. So I suppose they could turn to double play. There's the pitch to Daughtry. A soft ground ball to the third baseman. She tags out the runner. Throw to second base is in time, and that is indeed a double play. And no runs will score on that. So that was a good play by Kat Golick. She fielded the ground ball, tagged out Donna Gregory for the second out, and threw to second to get Nick Collins for the third out.
There's a good chance now for the Jets to take control of this one.
So a double play ends the inning. And we are going to go to the bottom of the fourth inning. It is still 6-4 Fuzzy Ducks. This is the Platinum final game here live from Farnham Park.
Looking to promote your business to thousands of baseball and softball players each year? New sponsorship opportunities are available with BaseballSoftballUK, including great new signage at Farnham Park. Advertising with BSUK is a home run for your company, so get in touch today. Speak to a commercial team member for more information.
We are back for the bottom of the fourth inning, and Dave Jones of the Jets is in the batter's box trying to get things started against Nick Collins, and he skies one to center field, and that is caught.
It's a routine catch.
Palmer Hestley out there making the catch in left center field.
Yeah, called it all the way, knew it was coming towards him, barely had to move for it.
Nick Collins has really been very good in this game. He's been able to locate his pitches and get the Jets to swing it, the ones that he wants them, as Kerry McGinnis pops another one up. Again, that was Izzy Mosley. Yeah. Izzy Mosley popping that one up.
Almost identical, he just came in a few feet.
So 2 pitches and 2 outs. Well, that's what you want. This game, by the way, is the plan is to go the full 7 innings. And that would happen only in the event of a 10-run rule or a mercy rule of some kind. It's not a 10-run rule. It's a 15 or 20-run rule.
Depending which inning we're in.
Depending which inning you're in. That pitch is a strike. This is George Bartlett, by the way, at the plate. Back to the top of the order. This is Bartlett's 4th plate appearance. And he looks at a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to count to him. And he hits a hot shot past Urquiaga into left field. Bartlett takes the turn and stops at first base. Well, Urquiaga has had a lot to do in this ball game.
Yeah, she did a good attempt to get it. It was a really well hit drive, but
it was kind of short hopped her a little bit to her glove side as well. You see the replay here.
Let's go, Kat.
Urquiaga didn't quite have enough time to react to that one. She's over there in the hot corner. So now Kat Golick. Jets trying to get a 2-out rally going. And that's a pitch that drops right into the center of the strike zone. Went from the very top of the possible arc Golick with a drive to center field, and the catch is made as the ball was being held up in the wind. Palmer Hesley makes the catch, in fact makes all 3 catches in the inning. And we're going to the 5th here in the Platinum final game. The Fuzzy Ducks 6 and the Jets 4, live from Farnham Park. We are back for the top of the 5th. There's a ground ball to short. The throw to first is in time. Nice play by George Bartlett, the shortstop, to get Palmer Hesley, who swung at the first pitch.
It's a legal pitch as well.
Yeah, it was.
Really chased after it.
Well, that's how it goes. You're allowed to still swing at it if you like, and then you just have to accept the consequences.
I sometimes hear illegal and just like freeze.
Tash Humphreys now. That was Palmer Hesley that grounded out. That's a strike. All right now.
It's an important inning, really, for the Jets. They've got to stop the Ducks ticking this scoreboard over. Keep them quiet for half an inning.
Neither team has really been able to mount one of those unstoppable rallies.
Well, it's because they're 2 really good teams, aren't they? They cancel each
true.
other out in so many ways.
David Lee deals a pitch that is too high.
Unfortunately, we've seen a few one-sided games today, but this is... I mean, the Ducks obviously are the favourites as it's going, but this can go either way, not a doubt.
2 balls and 2 strikes. As a chopper to the right side. Nicely picked by Izzy Mosley at first. That ball actually hit her in the bare hand first, and then she got it in the glove.
Yeah.
I see her shaking it out a little bit, but that's out number 2. Way to stay with it.
Sometimes you just have to stop it with a bare hand.
Adam Haywood is the hitter, and right now the difference in the game is his 2-run home run in the first inning.
Yeah.
6-4 is the score.
Last time he flied out, didn't he, to right field, going towards right field. I don't know second base caught him or when the...
Yeah, he lined out to the second baseman.
Lined out, sorry. His strength today has been going into left field or just a little bit centre of... Be interesting to see if he goes back to what he does best.
That pitch is illegal. 1 ball and 1 strike. The first pitch was in for a strike. David Lee with a little smirk on his face.
He doesn't want to give up a home run.
He does not. That's a high fly ball to deep right center field. Stanley back and makes the catch, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for David Lee. We're going to go to the bottom of the 5th inning here in Farnham Park.
It's just the half inning they wanted.
Yeah, we've got a really fun ball game brewing here, and we might as well stay with you in between innings as the Fuzzy Ducks are going to take the field, and the Jets are going to try again.
Yeah, when we were saying in the break,
get something going.
Yeah, they had to try and stop the scoring at some point. They've had the perfect half inning. Now they need to respond with the bats. And I think, is David Lee coming up this inning?
Yes, he is indeed. Joe Golightly, Kim Yates, and David Lee, the heart of the order, if insofar as there is one. They have a pretty circular lineup, as you would call it. And some dark clouds rolling by. Hopefully they'll miss us. The wind is kind of blowing away from us, so it's very dark beyond the left field fence. Out in center field and right field, there's still some blue sky.
All right, well, if the Jets want to take control of this game, get in the lead, this could be the pivotal inning for them.
Joe Golightly drives one high in the air, deep left field. Humphreys and Hesley back. Humphreys makes a sensational catch.
That was fantastic.
She was reaching high up. I'm not sure how far away from the fence she was, but she caught it with a leap to the glove side. Let's see how much of this you can see on the replay. I do not think it would have been a home run. Humphreys went all the way back
But I feel if that ball had dropped or got past her, that easily he would have got to third base.
For sure, and that's a huge first out. There's a ground ball through the middle off the bat of Kim Yates. She is aboard.
Yeah, a lot of this.
And now for the third time in the game, David Lee is going to come up to the plate representing the tying run.
Yeah.
We've seen him swing at the first pitch in each
a
of
lot
his
of us
at-bats.
swing at the first pitch, though, aren't they, Tim?
Yeah.
It's
Well, I
almost-
guess against Collins, you never know how many good hittable pitches you might get. And so when you see one, you better go after it.
It's a pitcher's battle here. He doesn't want to give anything up, does he?
Not to David Lee, that's for sure. Of course, if you walk Lee, then you also walk Gillard, and you would push the tying run into scoring position at second base and put the go-ahead run on base as a fly ball to left off the end of the bat, playable
Yeah.
for Humphreys.
He knows.
She makes the catch. That one much easier than the last one, and there are 2 down. Excellent pitch again by Nick Collins, and the frustration beginning to show. David Lee is 0 for 3. And now Steph Gillard will come up to the plate. Gillard is 0 for 2. In fact, Lee, Gillard, and then Carrie McGinnis and Izzy Mosley, they're all 0 for in this game. A team we saw the Jets stringing together hit after hit after hit in the semifinal game, and they just have not been able to do that against Nick Collins. First pitch is a strike to Gillard. The second one is illegal.
It just shows how much the rest of the batting order have been chipping in.
2 balls, 2 strikes. There is a runner on first base. That is Kim Yates. There are 2 outs in the inning here in the bottom of the 5th. That's socked into center field. Base hit as Yates will make it to second base and hold there. So Gillard with a single. And now Josh Stanley. Stanley representing the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Remember, the Jets are the home team, so they will get last at bat. So this one ain't going to be over until it's over, I have a feeling. Nick Collins deals, and that pitch a little bit low. Yates and Gillard, the base runners. 2 outs. A high fly ball to the right side. Coming in is Newby, and it's the second baseman Medeiros instead, who went all the way out there to make the catch.
Yeah, just held up in the wind a bit, gave him enough time to get out there and say, it's mine, and make a nice catch.
Well, another excellent inning for Nick Collins as he's able to work through the heart of the order, and we are going to go to the top of the 6th inning here at Farnham Park. The Fuzzy Ducks 6, the Jets 4. This is the Platinum Final, live from Farnham Park.
Baseball Outlet is BSUK's preferred equipment partner for all your baseball and softball equipment needs. Visit baseballoutlet.co.uk and they'll get you and your team sorted.
To the top of the 6th inning, 6-4, the Fuzzy Ducks leading the Jets, and David Lee is going to deal with Natalie Woolley. First pitch is a strike. In fact, it's the 4, 5, and 6 portion of the order. Woolley, David Peters, and Isa Urquiaga.
From a Jets perspective, they need to do what they did in the last time they're in the field and keep the Ducks off the scoreboard.
Oh, a line drive caught by Lee. That one was going to hit him squarely in the chest had he not had his glove there. Hit very, very hard. And that's the first out. You know, it is. We saw a couple of pitchers on some of the other teams pitching with helmets. These two are not.
I saw one that it almost looked like a motorcycle helmet.
Yeah,
That's
that's pretty common. David Peters. That's common in Germany, at least. I can attest to.
You've been out of the game a few years and never seen a pitcher with helmets. Batters, yes.
Yeah.
But I'd never want to be a pitcher. You've got to be mad to be a pitcher, especially
Well, you have to be you have to be aware of the fact that the ball might be coming right back at you. Lee, obviously.
What pitcher was that?
1 ball and 2 strikes. That one just missed a little bit too deep. 3-1 now, if my count is correct, on David Peters. A slow chopper left side. Bartlett from deep short, no chance. Well, it got past Golick at third, and Bartlett had to make a longer throw, and that's an infield single for Peters. Throw trickled away past Izzy Mosley at first momentarily, but not far enough for any advance. So now, Isa Urquiaga will step up to the plate.
Good plays in the field in this final. Chance for to do something with the bat.
And that pitch is a strike. That one misses outside. And this ball hit in the air to shallow left center field. It is caught by Kim Yates. That is out number 2. Urquiaga flies out. And that will bring up Brian Medeiros.
It's a great catch to finish the last half inning.
That's right. He went all the way out into right field, and so now he's up there with 2 outs and Peters at first. The Ducks still trying to desperately add to their lead. No lead is really safe, especially a 2-run lead, and knowing that the Jets have final at bat. That pitch is strike.
Yeah, and the Jets, of course, beat them yesterday, the Ducks, so they know they've got a chance.
Yeah, but we've seen a very evenly played game. Strong defense, excellent pitching, both from Lee and Nick Collins. Right now, the difference in the game is the home run. There's a hot shot on a couple of bounces, backhanded by Bartlett. He feeds the second baseman go lightly, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. And so we will go to the bottom of the 5th inning. You can see a couple of those dark clouds over on the left side of your screen, but I think those are blowing past us.
We're turning into Weather Watch now, team. You know that. But yeah, no, they are very dark. They are. Where am I? They're heading over towards London. Those are. I'm just trying to get my bearings out where I was for a minute.
So we'll be right back. The score is 6-4 Fuzzy Ducks. This is the final, the Platinum Final from Farnham Park. First pitch at the bottom of the 6th inning is a ball. The hitter is Izzy Mosley. Excuse me, Kerry McGinnis is the hitter. It's McGinnis to be followed by Dave Jones and then Izzy Mosley, as I was looking at the wrong part of my scorecard. There's a ground ball to third. Urquiaga fields, throws, and that's a beautiful play. 5-3 on the putout. There's the first out. Kerry McGinnis grounding out. Isa Urquiaga has played a solid third base today.
Really, really well. The Ducks have been held scoreless for the last 2 innings, but it's no good unless the Jets can start getting going offensively again.
The Ducks, in fact, they've only scored all their runs in 1 inning. That was the 3rd inning. Is the only inning in which they've been able to cross home plate. As Jones takes a ball. And now he lines that one past Urquiaga into left field. Jones rounding first, and he will stop there. That's a single. Yeah, they just have not been able to string any hits together, or at least as many as they would like.
It's very different to what we've seen them earlier today, but of course they're playing against a very, very good team.
So now Izzy Mosley. She goes after the first one and shoots a ground ball fielded by Medeiros. Flip to Hayward. Throw to first. Double play. 4-6-3. That is a beautiful play with the backhand flip. Let's look at that one on the replay. And right now, defensively, without question, the Ducks are outplaying the Jets. That ball was hit very hard, and Brian Medeiros fielding it on the backhand and then flipped it with his bare hand to Haywood, the shortstop.
Just felt she chased after that pitch. But there you go. It's such a quick half inning. I'd feel guilty about us going to a break.
We don't need to go to a break.
We
Let's
haven't
stay
been
here. We'll keep talking about it.
We almost haven't been on air long enough, but I mean, that's perfect. If your bats are suddenly dried up, which the Ducks have in the last 2 innings, that's the perfect way to respond, is to have a shutout.
So we're going to the top of the 7th inning. The 7th and final inning, barring a tie. If there's a tie, we will play an 8th inning. And I think after that, then it goes into some sort of... Then there's a tiebreaker after that. So the...
I'm all right with that. I don't because I watched a baseball game the other week. I think he went to about 16 or 17 innings. I'm like,
oh, you got lucky. Those are the good ones. Louisa Newby is stepping up to the plate. It's 6-4 Fuzzy Ducks, top of the 7th inning. And so the Jets will have one more chance in the bottom of this inning, and they will have the top of their order coming up, which is an important thing to note. The first pitch is low, so you know that the Ducks would love to get some insurance runs.
That's
1 ball and 1 strike now, the count on Newby.
really put some pressure on from the Jets come to bat.
And that one's in there from David Lee.
Nice
1 ball and
pitch.
2 strikes. Well, Nick Collins has held the Jets offense in check with the exception of the 3rd inning when they scored 4 runs against him. Newby with a line drive, base hit into right field.
He's safe in his field.
And the fans go wild.
I thought that was the wind.
That's actually the Ducks. But look how dark those clouds are on the left side of your screen.
Yeah.
It looked a little worse on camera than it does in real life, but it is still dark. Anyway, leadoff single for Louisa Newby. Now Ben Grosdidier steps up to the plate. And the pitch from Lee is hit high in the air to center field. Yates is back there, and she makes the catch. Tagging from first but not advancing anywhere is Newby. That's the first out of the inning. Now this is a game we've seen almost all the fly balls have been caught.
Yeah. Well, the wind is holding it up a bit. You've got so much time. But sometimes I wonder if you've got too much time. But
yeah.
they've caught them well. But they are 2 very good teams. You expect them to be catching these things.
Donna Gregory steps up now. 1 out. That's a ball.
This is what I'm going prediction mode. I've got a feeling she wants to hit somewhere between shortstop and third base.
Well, she hits it to the shortstop. Bartlett Fields goes the short way for the 4th. The relay to first is not in time. So there are 2 down as Newby is retired on the fielder's choice and Gregory moves to first. And that will bring up Nick Collins. I guess it's somewhat fitting, trying to continue this inning.
Yep.
So that he can go back out there on the mound with a little bit more than a 2-run lead.
Chance to make his job in the bottom half of the inning a lot easier.
Here it comes. And he swings at the first pitch, and it's a looper to left that drops. The throw to second base is not in time, so that's a base hit for Nick Collins, and the rally continues now for Sarah Daughtry.
Yeah, I could just see that was falling in front of Dave Jones. He was never going to catch that.
Little dying quail off the end of the bat. Sometimes the outfielder can be fooled by the type of swing a hitter takes. And it takes a second to get a read on how far the ball was hit. That ball was dropping in all the way as Daughtry takes a strike. Top of the 7th, 2 outs and 2 on. Fly ball, left field and deep. This is playable for Yates.
Yeah.
She is under it and makes the catch. Well, we are going to go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It is do or die for the Jets here in the Platinum final game. They're sending the top of the order. George Bartlett, Kat Golick, and Joe Golightly. If anybody gets on, Kim Yates, and then if anybody else, David Lee.
This is so well placed. It's a close game. 2 good teams. All it takes is the bats to get hot of the Jets, and they can win this. But at the moment, the Ducks are in that driving seat.
As you see, the umpires Colin Russell and Tim Taylor discussing the events at hand here in Farnham Park. And this is the culmination of what has been a highly successful weekend of softball. Yeah. The 21 league champions from all over Britain are here to compete in this tournament. It's last year's champions, so this year, obviously, the season is still going. And this tournament will be played again next year. Don't forget, we will also be broadcasting in 2 weeks the National League, the National Softball League finals. So that's on September 1st. Anyway, now down to business. George Bartlett going to try to get things going against Nick Collins. First pitch, however, is in for a strike, and Collins just keeps on doing his thing, throwing tough strikes. The next one. Hit in the air to right center field. Gros Didier is there, and he's got it for the first out. Well, the Ducks are 2 outs away.
Yeah, there. I don't know, when you get to this stage, almost like you want to just get on base. Don't worry about going for the home run, whatever. You just get on base, advance the runners.
Yeah, Kat Golick now, as the Ducks 2 outs away from winning the Platinum Final. The Ducks, of course, won the Gold Final last year, and there was no Platinum Final last year.
Yeah.
So they're trying to up it a little bit more. That one just a little bit too deep.
So I take it the gold's devalued over the last year.
Oh, don't ask me about that. 2 balls and a strike on Golick, who is trying to get on base. That's in there for a strike. 2-2. On deck hitter is Joe Golightly. Here it comes. Hit in the air to deep left field, but playable and caught by Tash Humphreys for the second out.
1 out away.
And the Fuzzy Ducks, 1 out away from defending their crown, if you will, and in fact, taking it a notch higher. Winning the Platinum Final, but Joe Golightly going to try to keep things going. And he looks at a strike.
Big player like him, do you go for the fences or do you just try and get on base?
Well, you need base runners here. And he hits a ground ball to Urquiaga. She bobbles it, throws to first, and it's high, and Golightly will make it there. He takes the turn, but decides wisely to stay at first base. Well, Urquiaga, not sure she would have had a chance to throw him out on that anyway. It was hit very sharply.
It was a good hard hit. She did well field it, so.
And then her throw was slipped out of her hand, I think.
Yeah. Well, good thing is he's still on first base, so.
Kim Yates, who has had 3 hits in the game, she has not made an out.
There's a big hole down the left field line if she can find it. No, she
line to center field, and that will keep the inning going. Well, the throw to third base is not in time. That was risky.
Yeah.
You do not want to end the ball game on a throw out at third base. Golightly, I thought for sure he would stop.
Well,
but he just kept on going. So now the tying runs are on base, and now the winning run at the plate is David Lee. And I think everybody knows what he is going to try to do here. There's no surprise whatsoever. In fact, he and Nick Collins both just had a nice little smile about it.
I've been saying about getting on base, but now David Lee's like thinking just reach the fence. Oh.
And he chops it down the line. Fair ball, it's called, and it's going to go into the corner. That'll bring home a run. Yates, the tying run, heading towards third. The throw there is not in time.
Yeah, it's a soft throw. Plenty of time to get there.
And the score is 6-5, and the tying run is at third, and the winning run is at second. As Golightly scored, that was a chopper right over the third base bag. It bounced before the bag, which is why it's fair when it goes over the bag, not when it lands beyond. And so now, David Lee is at second base. He represents the winning run. Steph Gillard, well, she could tie things with a hit. The infield is going to come up short. Here's the pitch, and that's too deep for a ball.
Steph's had a good weekend, chance to finish it on a real high.
There's a strike.
Just find a hole, find somewhere safe, and get that runner home.
A line shot, left center field coming on and making a diving, sensational catch. Palmer Hesley ends the game, and that is the Platinum Final Championship for the Fuzzy Ducks. If he doesn't catch that ball, that game goes the other way, ladies and gentlemen. Palmer Hesley being mobbed out in center field. He made a diving, shoestring, tumbling catch. And that was the difference in the game, there.
That was brilliant. Like you said, it could have gone the other way. He made a fantastic... This is what you want to end a game on, a fantastic play like that. And it's no wonder that his teammates have rushed out there to congratulate him. But he's been making a lot of good catches this game. I think there's one inning, wasn't there? He had all 3 outs, did he not?
Yes, that is true. And he made a great... You know what? He made a great play to start the game, and he makes a great play to end the game. Palmer Hesley fielding one just before it hit the turf. That's reminiscent of Andrew Benintendi last year in the playoffs, the Astros and Red Sox. That saved the game, and what a game it was. The Fuzzy Ducks winning the Platinum Championship here over the Jets, and it was another one-run affair, and what a great time it was. Final score, the Fuzzy Ducks 6, the Jets 5. My name is Tim Collins. Niall Gray, thank you so much for joining me.
It's been an absolute pleasure joining you, Tim. Of course, Bob, who was with us earlier on today. This is a wonderful way to finish the weekend on a sensational play. I'm sure that's one we've seen on social media over and over again.
Yeah, and the two teams obviously are high-fiving one another along the first baseline. The two umpires, Colin Russell and Tim Taylor. What a hard-fought ball game that was. That was a lot of fun.
They've called an excellent final. They've been every decision's been perfect. You know, probably one of the easiest finals they've had to call.
Yeah,
but,
just generally a fantastic atmosphere here in London for this tournament.
Yeah.
So that will do it for us. Just want to tell you about the next broadcast. We are going to be broadcasting the National Softball League 1 and 2 finals. That's September the 1st, right here on the Baseball Softball UK YouTube channel. And Niall, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Tim. I've really, really enjoyed it.
My name is Tim Collins, and we're signing off. And congratulations to the 2019 Platinum final champions, the Fuzzy Ducks, beating the Jets by a score of 6-5.